Hello scholars and welcome to chemistry class. Today we're going to be looking at elements and compounds. Now, at the end of this class, you would know what an element is. You would also be able to give some examples of elements. Also, you would know how a compound is formed and you'll be able to give examples of compounds. Now, the first one is an element. Now, what is an element? An element is a substance that cannot be split or divided into any simpler form by an ordinary chemical process. Now, examples of elements. We have so many examples of elements. We have so many elements. In fact, we have up to 100 plus elements. Now, some examples of elements, we have hydrogen, carbon, fluorine, calcium, neon, boron, etc. Let's take some down. Examples of elements. I said we have hydrogen. Hydrogen is the first element in the periodic table. We have oxygen. We have carbon. We have boron, we have potassium, we have calcium. Okay, now moving on, we'll be looking at compounds. Now, compounds are formed when two or more elements come together and are joined together chemically. Now, some examples of compounds here, we have glucose, we have salt, and we have water. Now, I'll be giving the representation of them. Now, the first one, glucose. Now, glucose is represented glucose. Now, glucose is a combination of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Those are the three elements that make up glucose, and glucose is a compound. Now, we have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Now, the second one we'll be looking at is salt. Now, salt is the two elements that come together to make up salt. We have sodium and we have chlorine. Okay, now sodium and chlorine come together to form salt. Now the next one we have is water. Now water is represented as, water is a compound, and the elements that come together to form water, we have hydrogen and we have oxygen. Now, these are all examples of compounds.